my beloved child, I see the pain you have been carrying in silence, the weight that presses down on your chest when no one is watching, the tears you hold back because you do not want to burden anyone else with what you are feeling inside. I am here to tell you that you do not have to carry this alone anymore. I have come to wrap my arms around you in this very moment, to hold you close to my heart, to let you know that everything you have been going through has not gone unnoticed. Every sleepless night, every whispered prayer in the darkness, every moment when you wondered if anyone truly cared about what was happening in your life, I was there. I have always been there. And I am here now, closer than your very breath, ready to give you the comfort that your soul has been desperately searching for. You have been so strong for so long. You have held yourself together when everything around you seemed to be falling apart. You have smiled when your heart was breaking. You have encouraged others when you yourself needed encouragement. You have been the shoulder that everyone else cried on. But who has been there to hold you when the tears finally came? Who has been there to tell you that it is okay to not be okay? Who has been there to remind you that you are allowed to feel tired, to feel overwhelmed, to feel like you cannot take another step? I am here now, and I want you to know that you can let go. You can finally exhale. You can release that tension you have been holding in your shoulders, that tightness in your chest, that knot in your stomach that never seems to go away. Let it all go, because I am here to carry what you cannot carry anymore. The world has told you that you need to be strong all the time. The world has told you that showing your pain is a sign of weakness. The world has told you that you need to figure everything out on your own, that you need to pull yourself up by your own strength, that you need to keep moving forward no matter how heavy the burden becomes. But I am telling you something different. I am telling you that it is okay to be weak in my presence. It is okay to come to me with empty hands and a broken heart. It is okay to admit that you do not have all the answers, that you do not know what to do next, that you are tired of trying to hold everything together. Because when you are weak, that is when I am strong. When you finally stop trying to do everything in your own power, that is when my power can flow through you and accomplish what you never could have accomplished on your own. I know the specific things that have been weighing on your heart. I know about the situation that keeps you awake at night, the one you replay over and over in your mind, wondering what you could have done differently. I know about the relationship that has caused you so much pain, the words that were spoken that cut deeper than any knife ever could. I know about the fear that grips your heart when you think about the future, the uncertainty that makes you feel like you are standing on the edge of a cliff with no solid ground beneath your feet. I know about the disappointment you have experienced, the doors that closed when you were so sure they would open, the dreams that seemed to die before they ever had a chance to live. I know all of these things, and I want you to understand that none of it has separated you from my love. There is nothing you have done that is too terrible for my forgiveness. There is nothing you have experienced that is too painful for my healing. There is nothing you are facing that is too difficult for my power. I am not standing far away, watching you struggle from a distance. I am right here beside you, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of the pain, in the middle of the confusion. I am holding your hand even when you cannot feel it. I am speaking words of comfort over your life, even when you cannot hear them. I am working on your behalf, even when you cannot see any evidence of it. This is what it means to walk by faith and not by sight. This is what it means to trust in me even when circumstances seem to tell a different story. The comfort I am offering you is not temporary. It is not like the comfort the world offers, the kind that fades as soon as the circumstances change. The comfort I give goes deep into the core of who you are. It reaches into those hidden places where you have buried your pain, where you have tried to forget the things that hurt too much to remember. My comfort brings healing to wounds that have been festering for years, wounds that you thought would never heal, wounds that you had learned to live with because you did not believe there was any other option. But I am telling you that there is another option. There is healing available to you. There is restoration waiting for you. There is a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that can guard your heart and mind even in the middle of the most difficult circumstances. Think about how long you have been carrying this weight. Think about how many days and months and years you have spent trying to manage the pain on your own. Think about all the energy you have expended just trying to keep your head above water, just trying to survive another day. What if you did not have to live that way anymore? What if you could actually experience the rest that I have promised to give you? What if you could wake up in the morning without that heavy feeling pressing down on you before you even get out of bed? What if you could go through your day without constantly looking over your shoulder, without waiting for the next bad thing to happen, without bracing yourself for the next disappointment? This is the life I want for you. This is the freedom I died to give you. This is the abundant life that I promised. Not a life without challenges, but a life where you do not have to face those challenges alone. I understand that trusting me is not easy. I understand that you have been hurt before, not just by people, but perhaps even by situations where you thought I would come through for you and it seemed like I did not. I understand that there are questions in your heart, questions about why certain things happened, why certain prayers seemed to go unanswered, why you had to go through the things you went through. I do not expect you to pretend that those questions do not exist. I do not expect you to push down your doubts and act like everything is fine when it is not. What I am asking you to do is to bring those questions to me. Bring those doubts to me. Bring that frustration and that confusion and that pain to me, and let me hold you while you process through it. I am not intimidated by your questions. I am not offended by your doubts. I am big enough to handle everything you are feeling, and I love you enough to stay with you through the process of working through it. The pain you have experienced does not define you. The mistakes you have made do not determine your worth. The opinions that others have spoken over you do not have the power to establish your identity. You are my child. You are loved beyond measure. You are valued beyond comprehension. You are chosen. You are wanted. You are precious in my sight. Nothing you have done can change that. Nothing that has been done to you can diminish that. The love I have for you is not based on your performance. It is not based on how well you have lived up to some standard. It is based simply on the fact that you are mine, and I love you because that is who I am. I am love, and I cannot help but love you with an everlasting love. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see what I see. I want you to see someone who is worthy of love, worthy of good things, worthy of happiness and peace and fulfillment. I know that is hard for you. I know that the voices in your head tell you something different. I know that the enemy has spent years trying to convince you that you are not good enough, that you will never be good enough, that you are too broken to be useful, too damaged to be loved, too far gone to be redeemed. But those are lies, and I need you to start recognizing them as lies. The truth is that you are more than a conqueror through me. The truth is that nothing can separate you from my love. The truth is that I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. That is the truth, and the truth will set you free if you choose to believe it. I want to speak directly to the weariness in your soul. I know you are tired, not just physically tired, although I know that is part of it too. But there is a deeper tiredness, a weariness that goes all the way to your bones, a fatigue that comes from carrying burdens that were never meant for you to carry alone. You have been trying so hard for so long. You have been pushing through when you had nothing left to give. You have been showing up and going through the motions when everything in you wanted to just stay in bed and give up. I see that effort. I see that determination. I see the strength that is taken for you just to keep going. And I am proud of you. But I also need you to know that there is a different way. You do not have to keep pushing in your own strength. You can rest in my strength instead. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. These are not just words on a page. This is a personal invitation from my heart to yours. I am inviting you to stop striving. I am inviting you to stop trying to figure everything out. I am inviting you to stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. I am inviting you to simply come to me and rest. Not because you have earned it. Not because you have everything figured out. Not because you have finally gotten your life together. Come just as you are, with all your mess and all your questions and all your pain. And let me give you the rest that only I can give. This rest I am talking about is not just about physical sleep. although I do want you to be able to sleep peacefully at night. This rest goes deeper than that. It is a rest for your soul. It is a rest from the constant striving, the constant worry, the constant trying to control things that are beyond your control. It is a rest that comes from knowing that I am in control, that I have never lost control, that I will never lose control. It is a rest that comes from trusting that I am working all things together for your good, even the things that do not look good, even the things that feel terrible, even the things that you would never have chosen for yourself. When you truly believe that I am sovereign, that I am good, and that I love you, you can finally rest. I know about the nights when you could not sleep. I was there with you in the darkness, watching over you, keeping you safe even when fear seemed to be swallowing you whole. I know about the tears that soaked your pillow, the ones that came silently because you did not want anyone else to know how much you were hurting. I collected every single one of those tears. They are precious to me because you are precious to me. Your pain matters to me. Your struggles matter to me. You are not just a number among billions of people on this planet. You are my child, individually known, individually loved, individually cared for. I know the number of hairs on your head. I know every thought that passes through your mind. I know you're sitting down and you're rising up. I am intimately acquainted with all your ways, and there is nothing about you that I do not see or understand. The comfort I want to give you is not a temporary fix. It is not a bandage that covers up the wound while the infection spreads underneath. My comfort goes to the source of your pain. It reaches down into the deepest parts of your heart and begins a healing process that transforms you from the inside out. This healing does not always happen instantly. Sometimes it is a process that takes time. But I want you to know that the process has already begun. The moment you opened your heart to hear these words, the moment you allowed yourself to receive my love, the healing started. And I promise you that I will complete the good work I have started in you. I am faithful to finish what I begin, and your restoration is something I have already committed myself to. Think about a time when you felt truly comforted. Maybe it was when someone held you close and let you cry without trying to fix anything. Maybe it was when someone sat with you in silence because there were no words that could make things better. Maybe it was when someone looked into your eyes and you could tell that they truly understood what you were going through. Now multiply that by infinity, and you will begin to understand the comfort I want to give you. Because I am not limited by human weakness. I am not limited by my own problems or my own distractions. My entire focus, in this very moment, is on you. My entire heart is turned toward you. There is nothing I want more than to see you healed, restored, comforted, and at peace. The enemy has tried to convince you that you do not deserve comfort. He has whispered lies into your ear, telling you that the pain you are experiencing is some kind of punishment for the things you have done wrong. He has tried to make you believe that I am angry with you, that I am disappointed in you, that I have given up on you. But those are lies straight from the pit of hell, and I need you to reject them with everything in you. The truth is that I am not keeping a record of your wrongs. The truth is that my compassion for you is new every morning. The truth is that there is no condemnation for those who are in me. You are not being punished. You are being purified. You are not being abandoned. You are being refined. And in the middle of this process, I am right here with you, holding you, comforting you, loving you through every moment of it. I want to talk to you about the burden of guilt you have been carrying, that weight of shame that presses down on you every time you remember the things you wish you could forget, those memories that come back to haunt you in your quiet moments, reminding you of your failures, your mistakes, your sins. I want you to know that I have already dealt with all of that. On the cross, I took every single one of your sins upon myself. I paid the price for every mistake, every failure, every wrong choice. And when I rose from the grave, I rose with the power to set you free from the guilt and shame that have been holding you captive. You do not have to carry that burden anymore. It has already been paid for. It has already been forgiven. All you have to do is receive that forgiveness and let go of the condemnation that you have been placing on yourself. Forgiveness is not just something that happens once when you first come to me. It is an ongoing reality in your life. Every day as you walk with me, my grace is available to cover you. When you fall, I am there to pick you up. When you make a mistake, I am there to forgive you and help you move forward. I am not waiting for you to mess up so I can punish you. I am not keeping track of your failures so I can throw them back in your face. I am cheering you on. I am celebrating your victories, no matter how small they seem to you. I am proud of every step you take in the right direction, even when you feel like you are making no progress at all. Because I see things you cannot see. I see the growth that is happening beneath the surface. I see the transformation that is taking place in your heart. And I am not giving up on you no matter how many times you stumble along the way. The people who were supposed to comfort you may have failed. The relationships that were supposed to be a source of safety and security may have become a source of pain instead. I understand the disappointment that comes from putting your trust in someone and having them let you down. I understand the loneliness that comes from feeling like there is no one you can really depend on. But I want you to know that I am not like the people who have hurt you. I will never abandon you or forsake you. I will never speak cruel words that cut you down and make you feel small. I will never use your vulnerabilities against you. I will never betray your trust. My love for you is constant and unchanging. It does not depend on your performance or your circumstances. It simply is, and it always will be. I know that some of the deepest wounds you carry came from people who claimed to love you, family members who should have protected you, but instead became a source of harm, friends who should have been loyal, but instead turned their backs on you when you needed them most, partners who promised to be there forever, but left when things got difficult. These wounds are particularly painful because they came from the places where you expected to find safety. They feel like betrayals of the highest order, and they have made it difficult for you to trust anyone, including me. But I am asking you to give me a chance. I am asking you to let me prove my faithfulness to you over time. I am asking you to take one small step of trust, and then another, until you can see for yourself that I am who I say I am. The comfort I am offering you is not just for your emotional wounds. It is for your physical weariness as well. I see how tired your body is. I see the toll that stress has taken on your health. I see the way you push through pain because you feel like you have no other choice. I want to bring healing to every part of you, spirit, soul, and body. I want to restore the years that the locusts have eaten. I want to give you back the energy and vitality that have been stolen from you. I want you to wake up feeling refreshed instead of exhausted. I want you to have the strength to do the things I have called you to do. And so I am speaking restoration over your physical body, even as I speak comfort over your emotional heart. There is a peace available to you that the world cannot give and the world cannot take away. It is a peace that does not make sense to the natural mind. It is a peace that guards your heart and mind even when circumstances would suggest that you should be falling apart. This peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of assurance in the middle of trouble. It is the deep knowing that no matter what happens, I am in control and I am working everything out for your good. This peace is your inheritance as my child. It is not something you have to earn or achieve. It is something I freely give to all who come to me and rest in my presence. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in a place of complete safety. A place where there are no threats, no dangers, no worries. A place where you can completely let down your guard because you know that nothing can harm you there. This is what it is like to dwell in the secret place of my presence. This is what it is like to abide under the shadow of my wings. In this place, fear has no power over you. In this place, anxiety cannot touch you. In this place, you can finally breathe deeply and relax completely because you know that you are fully protected by my love. I have not forgotten the prayers you have prayed. Every word that has ever come from your lips in prayer has been heard by me. Every cry of your heart, even the ones you did not know how to put into words, has been received by me. I am not a God who is far away and uninvolved. I am intimately engaged in every detail of your life. I am actively working on your behalf, even when you cannot see any evidence of it. Sometimes my silence is not absence, but rather the patient work of bringing something beautiful together in ways you cannot yet perceive. So do not lose heart. Do not give up on the prayers you have been praying. Keep bringing your requests to me and trust that I am answering them in the best possible way, at the best possible time. The answers to some of your prayers are already on their way. I have already set things in motion that will bring breakthrough in areas where you have been waiting for so long. I know it feels like nothing is happening. I know it feels like you have been forgotten, but that is not the reality. The reality is that I am working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, moving hearts, opening doors that you do not even know exist yet. And when the time is right, you will see the manifestation of everything I have been preparing for you. It will happen suddenly, and you will look back and realize that all of the waiting was worth it. I want to speak to the specific situation that has been causing you the most distress. You know exactly what I am talking about. That one thing that has been on your mind more than anything else. That one circumstance that seems impossible to resolve. That one relationship that feels beyond repair. That one problem that you have tried everything to fix, but nothing has worked. I want you to know that I am already in the middle of that situation. I am already working on it. I am already bringing solutions that you have not even thought of yet. This is not something you have to figure out on your own. This is something you can trust me with completely. And when you do trust me with it, when you truly hand it over to me and stop trying to control the outcome, you will experience a freedom and a peace that you have not felt in a very long time. The future is not something you need to fear. I know that uncertainty makes you uncomfortable. I know that not knowing what is going to happen creates anxiety in your heart. But I want you to remember that while the future is unknown to you, it is not unknown to me. I can see the end from the beginning. I know exactly what is going to happen, and I have already prepared provision for every need you will ever have. Every challenge you will face, I have already equipped you to handle. Every obstacle you will encounter, I have already planned a way around it or through it. You can walk into the future with confidence because you are walking hand in hand with the one who has already been there. I want to remind you of the times I have come through for you in the past. Think back over your life and remember the moments when you thought you would not make it, but you did. Remember the situations that seemed hopeless, but somehow worked out. Remember the times when provision came from unexpected places, when doors opened that you did not even know existed, when you received exactly what you needed at exactly the right time. All of those moments were not coincidences. They were evidence of my faithfulness in your life. And the same faithfulness that saw you through those times in the past will see you through whatever you are facing right now. I have not changed. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. What I did for you before, I will do again. I know that sometimes it feels like you are going backward instead of forward. It feels like you make progress and then lose it all again. It feels like you take one step forward and 2 steps back. But I want you to see things from my perspective. From my perspective, there is no such thing as wasted time or wasted experience. Every single thing you go through is being used to shape you into the person I created you to be. The setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities for growth. The detours are not mistakes. They are pathways to experiences and lessons you needed to learn. Nothing in your life is random or meaningless. Everything has purpose, even the things that hurt the most. I am calling you to a place of trust that goes deeper than your circumstances. A trust that is not shaken when things go wrong. A trust that does not waver when the storm is raging. A trust that says no matter what happens, I will still believe that my God is good. This kind of trust does not come naturally. It has to be developed over time through the ongoing process of walking with me and seeing my faithfulness again and again. But I want you to know that I am committed to developing this trust in you. I am committed to proving myself to you over and over until there is no doubt in your heart that I am worthy of your complete confidence. The comfort I give is meant to overflow from your life into the lives of others. As I comfort you, I am also equipping you to comfort those around you who are going through their own struggles. The pain you have experienced is not wasted. It becomes the very thing that qualifies you to speak into the lives of others who are experiencing similar pain. Your wounds, once healed, become the source of wisdom and compassion that allows you to minister effectively to the wounded. So do not see your suffering as meaningless. See it as preparation for a ministry of comfort that will touch countless lives and bring healing to many hearts. You are not alone in this journey. I have placed people in your life who genuinely care about you, even if you cannot see it right now. I have positioned people around you who will be a source of support and encouragement when you need it most. Sometimes these people are not the ones you would expect. Sometimes help comes from unexpected places and through unexpected relationships. But I am orchestrating connections in your life that will be exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Be open to receiving help from others. Do not let pride keep you isolated. Let the body of believers support you, pray for you, and walk alongside you through this season. As you receive my comfort, I want you to also receive my strength. The two go hand in hand. My comfort is not meant to make you passive. It is meant to restore you so that you can rise up and continue moving forward. It is meant to refresh you so that you have the energy to fulfill the calling I have placed on your life. It is meant to heal you so that you can be fully present in your relationships and fully engaged in your purpose. So even as you rest in my comfort, know that I am also infusing you with new strength for the journey ahead. You will mount up with wings like eagles. You will run and not grow weary. You will walk and not faint. I want to close this time with you by speaking identity over you. You are my beloved child. You are not a mistake. You are not a burden. You are not beyond hope. You are exactly who I created you to be, and I am so proud of the person you are becoming. I see the potential in you that you cannot see in yourself. I see the greatness that is waiting to emerge. I see the impact you are going to have on this world, the lives you are going to touch, the difference you are going to make. And I am committed to walking with you every step of the way, comforting you when you need comfort, strengthening you when you need strength, guiding you when you need direction, and loving you with an everlasting love that will never, ever fail. Receive my comfort. Let it sink deep into your heart. Let it wash away the pain and the fear and the weariness. Let it fill you with peace and hope and renewed strength. You are loved more than you know. You are valued more than you can imagine. And your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you. And I am preparing them even now. Trust me. Rest in me. And watch as I turn your mourning into dancing, your sorrow into joy, your weakness into strength. This is my promise to you, and I am faithful to keep every promise I make. I want to speak more deeply into the areas of your heart that still need healing. There are places within you that you have hidden from everyone, including yourself. There are memories you have pushed down so far that you have almost forgotten they exist. Almost, but not quite. They surface sometimes in the quiet moments, when you are alone with your thoughts, and there is nothing to distract you from the pain. These memories bring with them a flood of emotions that you do not know what to do with. Shame, regret, anger, sadness, fear. These emotions feel overwhelming because you have never fully dealt with what happened to you. But I am here to tell you that it is safe to bring these things into the light. It is safe to let me into those hidden places. Because when my light shines into the darkness cannot overcome it. Healing happens when you allow me access to the parts of yourself you have tried to protect. I am not asking you to relive every painful moment in graphic detail. I am not asking you to torture yourself with the memories of what was done to you or what you have done. What I am asking is that you simply acknowledge the pain, name it, and then release it into my hands. This is not a process you have to go through alone. I am right here with you, holding space for your pain, validating your experience, and assuring you that you did not deserve the bad things that happened to you. You were a victim of other people's brokenness. You were caught in the crossfire of a fallen world. But you do not have to remain a victim forever. You can become a survivor. You can become an overcomer. You can become someone whose story of healing brings hope to countless others. The journey of healing is not a straight line. There will be days when you feel like you are making tremendous progress. And there will be days when it feels like you have slipped all the way back to square one. This is normal. This is part of the process. Do not be discouraged by the days when things feel hard. Do not interpret setbacks as evidence that healing is not happening. Trust the process. Trust that even on the difficult days, I am still at work in your heart. Trust that every time you bring your pain to me, something shifts, even if you cannot feel it in the moment. Healing is happening. Transformation is taking place. And one day, you will look back and marvel at how far you have come. I see the fear that grips your heart when you think about letting go of the pain. I know that seems strange, but pain can become a familiar companion. It can become a part of your identity in a way that makes you wonder who you would be without it. The fear of the unknown, even when the unknown is freedom and healing, can be paralyzing. But I want you to know that there is life beyond the pain. There is an identity waiting for you that is not defined by what happened to you. There is a freedom that comes from releasing the past and embracing the future I have for you. It is worth the risk. It is worth the fear. Step into the unknown with me and discover that I have been waiting there all along, ready to show you who you truly are. Part of my comfort involves helping you forgive those who have hurt you. I know this is difficult. I know that some of the wounds you carry were inflicted by people who showed no remorse, who never apologized, who may not even acknowledge that they did anything wrong. Forgiving these people feels impossible. It feels unjust. It feels like letting them off the hook for the damage they caused. But I want you to understand that forgiveness is not about them. It is about you. When you hold on to unforgiveness, you are the one who continues to suffer. The bitterness and resentment poison your own heart and prevent you from experiencing the freedom I want to give you. Forgiving does not mean what happened was okay. It does not mean you have to pretend it never happened or let the person back into your life. It simply means you are choosing to release them from the debt you feel they owe you, and trusting me to bring justice in my own way and in my own time. I am the one who brings justice. I am the one who sees every wrong that has ever been committed. Nothing escapes my notice. The people who hurt you may seem to be living their lives without consequence, but that is not the full picture. I am a righteous judge, and in the end, every account will be settled. You do not have to be the one to ensure that they pay for what they did. That is my job, not yours. Your job is to release them into my hands and focus on your own healing. When you do this, you remove a burden from your shoulders that was never meant for you to carry. You free up emotional energy that can be redirected toward building a beautiful future instead of reliving a painful past. I want to comfort you in your relationships. I know that connecting with others is difficult for you because of what you have been through. I know that trust does not come easily anymore. I know that you have walls built up around your heart that were designed to protect you, but have ended up isolating you. I understand why those walls are there. They were a survival mechanism during a time when you needed to protect yourself from further harm. But the season of building walls is over. Now it is time to slowly, carefully, allow those walls to come down. Not all at once, and not with everyone, but with the right people in the right time. You can begin to let others in again. I have placed people in your life who are worthy of your trust. I have positioned relationships around you that will be a source of healing rather than a source of harm. Ask me to show you who these people are. Ask me to give you discernment about who is safe and who is not. I will guide you into healthy connections that will nourish your soul and support your growth. You are not made to do life alone. You were created for community, for intimacy, for deep and meaningful relationships. And while past experiences may have made you afraid of opening up to others, I am here to restore your ability to connect, to love, and to be loved in return. The loneliness you feel does not have to define your life. I know that even in a room full of people, you sometimes feel completely alone. I know that even with people around you who claim to care, there is a disconnect that makes you feel unseen and unknown. But I see you. I know you. I am not distant or disconnected. I am closer than your very breath. When no one else understands, I understand. When no one else sees the real you, I see you completely and love what I see. My presence is the answer to your loneliness. As you learn to cultivate intimacy with me, as you learn to spend time in my presence and hear my voice, the loneliness will begin to fade. It will be replaced by a deep sense of belonging, of being known, of being loved. I want to address the anxiety that has become a constant companion in your life. That feeling of dread that sits in your stomach and refuses to go away. The racing thoughts that keep you from being fully present in the moment. The way your heart speeds up when you think about the future or when something unexpected happens. I know this anxiety intimately. I have watched it grow and develop over the years, and I have seen the toll it has taken on your peace of mind and your physical health. But I am telling you that anxiety does not have to have the final word in your life. There is freedom available to you. The key to freedom from anxiety is not trying harder to control your thoughts or your circumstances. The key is surrender. When you try to control everything, you put yourself in a position that was never meant for you. You take on a burden that is beyond your capacity to bear. But when you surrender your need for control to me, when you acknowledge that I am the one who holds all things together, you can finally relax. You can finally breathe. You can finally trust that whatever happens, I have got it covered. This surrender is not a one-time event. It is a daily, moment-by-moment choice to release your grip on things that are beyond your control and trust them to me instead. Every time anxiety rises up in your heart, I want you to recognize it as an invitation to come to me. Instead of spiraling into worry, let the anxiety be a trigger that reminds you to turn your attention to me. Bring your fears to me. Tell me what you are worried about, and then wait in my presence as I speak peace over your mind and calm over your heart. This is the discipline of casting your cares on me. It is not a natural response. Your natural response is to worry, to try to figure things out, to imagine all the worst-case scenarios, but I am calling you to a supernatural response, a response that defies human logic, a response that trusts in my goodness even when you cannot see how things will work out. The peace I give is a guard for your heart and mind. Think of it like a protective barrier that surrounds you, keeping out the thoughts and emotions that would seek to overwhelm you. This peace is not passive. It is active. It is not just the absence of turmoil. It is the presence of assurance. It is the deep knowing that I am in control and that nothing can happen to you that I have not already accounted for. When this peace guards your heart, you can face anything. You can walk into uncertain situations with confidence. You can make difficult decisions without being paralyzed by fear. You can live your life fully without holding back because you know that I have got you. I want to speak comfort over your identity. For too long, you have believed lies about who you are. These lies came from various sources, from critical parents, from peers who mocked you, from a society that constantly tells you that you are not enough. These lies took root in your heart during your most vulnerable years, and they have shaped the way you see yourself ever since. But I am here to uproot those lies and replace them with truth. The truth is that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The truth is that you are my masterpiece, created for good works that I prepared in advance for you to do. The truth is that there is nothing about you that is a mistake. Every aspect of your being was intentionally designed by me, and I do not make mistakes. You are not defined by your appearance, although I think you are beautiful. You are not defined by your intelligence, although I have given you a sound mind. You are not defined by your achievements or your failures. You are defined by your relationship with me. You are my child. That is your primary identity. And from that identity flows everything else. When you know who you are in me, you do not need validation from anyone else. You can receive criticism without being destroyed by it because your worth is not up for debate. You can receive praise without becoming arrogant because you know that any good in you comes from me. Your identity is secure and nothing can change it. The plans I have for your life are good. I know that sometimes you doubt this. I know that when you look at your current circumstances, it is hard to imagine how things could turn out well. But I am asking you to trust in my goodness even when you cannot see it. My ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. What looks like a setback to you may actually be a setup for something greater. What feels like a closed door may actually be redirection toward an open one. I see the big picture. I know how all the pieces fit together, and I promise you that when all is said and done, you will see my goodness and faithfulness woven throughout every chapter of your story. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. The path I have for you is unique. The timing of my blessings in your life is different from the timing in someone else's life. When you look at others and see them receiving what you have been praying for, do not let jealousy or bitterness take root. Celebrate with those who are being blessed, and trust that your time is coming. I have not forgotten you. I have not overlooked you. I am simply working everything out according to my perfect plan and my perfect timing. What I have for you cannot be given to anyone else, and what is for others cannot be taken from you. Rest in this truth. As I continue to comfort you, I want you to begin looking forward with hope. The best is not behind you. It is ahead of you. I know it is hard to believe this when you are in the middle of pain and difficulty, but I am speaking life over your future. I am speaking purpose over your remaining days. I am declaring that the story I am writing with your life will have a beautiful ending. The chapters that have been difficult were necessary parts of the plot, but they are not the whole story. There are chapters of joy, of victory, of fulfillment, of impact still to be written. And I am the author who is bringing it all together for a purpose that will leave you in awe. Rise up with new strength. Receive my comfort deep into your bones. Let it saturate every part of your being until there is no room left for fear, for anxiety, for shame, for regret. You are comforted. You are loved. You are chosen. You are called. And you are equipped to face whatever comes next, because I am with you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And nothing in all of creation can separate you from my love. I want to continue speaking into your heart, because there is still more comfort you need to receive. There are still layers of pain that need to be addressed, still areas of your life where my peace has not fully penetrated. And I am patient. I am not in a hurry. I have all the time in the world to be with you, to speak to you, to heal you from the inside out. So stay with me a while longer. Keep your heart open. Let my words wash over you like waves of healing and restoration. I know about the disappointments that have accumulated over the years, the hopes that were dashed, the expectations that were never met, the dreams that died before they had a chance to be born. Each disappointment left a mark on your heart, and over time, those marks have made you afraid to hope again. It feels safer to expect nothing than to expect something and be let down again. I understand this self-protection, but I want you to know that protecting yourself from hope is actually protecting yourself from the very thing that could set you free. Hope is essential. Hope is the anchor for your soul, and I am a God who does not disappoint. When I give you a promise, I keep it. When I speak a word over your life, I bring it to pass. The disappointments you have experienced were not evidence of my unfaithfulness. They were evidence of living in a fallen world where things do not always go the way we want them to. But even in those disappointments, I was there. Even in those unmet expectations, I was working something out that you could not see. And as you look back over your life with the eyes of faith, you will begin to see that many of those disappointments actually protected you from things that would have been worse. They redirected you toward things that were better. They were not random or meaningless. They were part of the plan. I am awakening hope in your heart right now. Even as you hear these words, something is stirring within you. A tiny flame that you thought had been extinguished is beginning to flicker again. This is my doing. I am breathing on the embers of hope that have been lying dormant in your spirit. I am calling forth hope where there was hopelessness. I am speaking life where there was death. And I am telling you that it is safe to hope again, not because circumstances guarantee a good outcome, but because I guarantee my presence through every outcome. With me by your side, you can hope with confidence because you know that no matter what happens, you are loved, you are held, and you are going to be okay. The comfort I am giving you is not meant to keep you comfortable. That may sound contradictory, but let me explain. My comfort is not about keeping you in a place where you never have to face challenges or take risks. My comfort is about giving you the foundation of security from which you can launch out into the world and do great things. It is about healing your wounds so that you are no longer limited by them. It is about restoring your strength so that you can get back in the fight. I am not comforting you so that you can sit on the sidelines and watch life pass you by. I am comforting you so that you can get back in the game, fully healed, fully restored, and fully equipped to make an impact. There is a purpose for your life that is waiting to be fulfilled. You were not created just to exist, to get through each day, to survive until the end. You were created to thrive. You were created to contribute. You were created to leave a legacy that extends far beyond your own lifetime. The gifts and talents I have placed within you are meant to be shared with the world. The experiences you have been through, including the painful ones, have uniquely equipped you to reach people that no one else can reach in the same way. Your story is not just for you. It is for everyone who will be touched by it. As my comfort continues to heal you, I want you to begin dreaming again. I want you to imagine a future that is better than your past. I want you to dare to believe that the best days of your life are still ahead of you. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? What dream would you pursue if fear was not holding you back? What step would you take if you truly believed that I was with you and for you? These are the questions I want you to sit with. Because as you begin to answer them, you will begin to see the life that I have always intended for you to live. I am opening doors for you that no one can shut. I am removing obstacles that have been blocking your progress. I am making a way where there seemed to be no way. This is not because of anything you have done to earn it. It is simply because I love you and I want to see you flourish. My blessing is not based on your performance. It is based on my grace. And my grace is more than sufficient for everything you need. So stop striving. Stop trying to earn your way into my favor. You already have my favor. It was given to you as a gift, and it cannot be taken away. The people who have spoken negatively over your life do not have the final word. The limitations that others have placed on you are not the limitations I have placed on you. I have called you to things that would seem impossible to the natural mind. I have destined you for greatness that others cannot see or understand. Do not let their lack of vision determine your destiny. Do not let their small thinking put boundaries around what I want to do through you. You are not limited by other people's opinions. You are empowered by my word and my spirit to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ask or imagine. I am proud of you. I want you to really hear that. I am proud of who you are and who you are becoming. I am proud of the battles you have fought, even the ones you felt like you lost. I am proud of the times you got back up after being knocked down. I am proud of the way you have kept your heart tender even when it would have been easier to become hard and cynical. I am proud of the love you have shown to others, even when you felt unloved yourself. You have made me proud, and I want you to carry that knowledge with you into every situation you face. The comfort I am giving you is eternal comfort. It does not expire. It does not run out. It is not available one day and withdrawn the next. It is a constant, ongoing, never-ending flow of love and peace and assurance from my heart to yours. You can come to this well whenever you need to and drink deeply of my comfort. You never have to feel like you are taking too much or asking too often. I have unlimited resources of comfort to give, and I delight in giving them to you. This is who I am. This is what I do. I am the God of all comfort, and I am comforting you right now. Receive this comfort not just for yourself, but as a gift that you will share with others. Let it overflow from your life into the lives of everyone you encounter. Be a source of comfort to the hurting. Be a voice of encouragement to the discouraged. Be a hand of help to those who are struggling. As you have freely received, freely give. And as you give, you will find that your own supply is never diminished. In fact, it grows. The more comfort you give away, the more you will receive. This is the economy of my kingdom. where generosity leads to abundance and hoarding leads to scarcity. I want you to walk away from this time with me changed, not just encouraged for a moment, but transformed at a deep level. I want the truths I have spoken over you to take root in your heart and produce fruit that lasts. I want the comfort I have poured out on you to heal wounds that have been open for far too long. I want the hope I have awakened in you to grow and flourish until it becomes an unshakable confidence in my goodness and my faithfulness. This is my desire for you. This is my prayer for you. And this is what I am committed to bringing about in your life. You are not the same person you were when you first began hearing these words. Something has shifted. Something has been released. Something has been received. The comfort of the Almighty has touched your heart, and you will never be the same again. I want to take you even deeper into the reality of my comfort. There are still chambers of your heart that have not yet been touched, still places where the light of my love has not yet penetrated. These are the places you have guarded most carefully, the places where your deepest fears live, the places where the most painful memories are stored. I want you to know that I see those places, and I am not afraid to go there with you. In fact, I want to go there because that is where the most profound healing needs to happen. You do not have to go alone. You do not have to face those dark places by yourself. I will be right there beside you, holding your hand, shining my light into every corner, bringing healing to every wound. Some of the pain you carry is so old that you have almost forgotten where it came from. It has become so much a part of you that you do not even recognize it as pain anymore. It just feels like who you are. You think that this heaviness, this underlying sadness, this constant sense of not being quite good enough is just your personality. But I want you to know that is not true. That is not who you were created to be. You were created for joy, for peace, for wholeness. The heaviness you feel is the accumulated weight of years of unhealed wounds, and I am here to lift that weight off of you. I am here to show you what it feels like to live free, to live light, to live without the constant burden pressing down on your shoulders. Think about how different your life would be if you truly believed that you were loved unconditionally. Not loved because of what you do, but loved because of who you are. Not loved when you perform well, but loved always, in every circumstance, without exception. This is the kind of love I have for you. It is not dependent on anything you do or fail to do. It simply is. It is as constant as the rising of the sun, as reliable as the changing of the seasons, as permanent as the mountains that stand firm through every storm. You are loved with a love that will never fail, never diminish, never be withdrawn. And when you truly grasp this truth, everything changes. The comfort I offer you is not just about making you feel better in the moment. It is about fundamentally changing the way you see yourself, the way you see your circumstances, the way you see your future. It is about shifting your perspective from one of fear and despair to one of hope and trust. It is about moving you from a place of victimhood to a place of victory. It is about transforming your identity from someone who is defined by their wounds to someone who is defined by my love. This is the deep work I want to do in your heart, and I will not stop until it is complete. I know there have been times when you felt like giving up, times when the pain was so intense that you did not know if you could take another breath, times when the darkness seemed so thick that you could not see any light at all. I was there in those moments. I was there when you were at your lowest point, when you thought you could not go on, and I carried you through. You may not have felt my presence, but I was there. You may not have sensed my nearness, but I never left your side. And I will continue to carry you through every dark valley, every difficult season, every painful moment. This is my commitment to you, and I do not break my commitments. The tears you have cried have not been wasted. Every single one has served a purpose. They have been part of the cleansing process, part of the healing journey, part of the release that needs to happen for restoration to take place. Do not be ashamed of your tears. Do not apologize for your emotions. They are valid. They are real. They are an honest expression of what you have been going through. And I honor them. I receive them. I transform them into something beautiful. The tears you sow in sorrow will become a harvest of joy. This is my promise to you. I want to speak specifically to the fear that has been tormenting you. That nameless dread that sits in the pit of your stomach and refuses to go away. That anxiety that makes your heart race and your mind spin with worst-case scenarios. That terror that wakes you up in the middle of the night and will not let you go back to sleep. I know about this fear. I see how it has stolen your peace, robbed you of your joy, kept you from living the full life I have for you. And I am telling you that this fear does not have to have power over you anymore. I have not given you a spirit of fear. Fear is not your inheritance. It is not your destiny. It is not who you are. You are my child, and my children are marked by love, by power, and by a sound mind. The fear you have been experiencing is a lie from the enemy, designed to keep you paralyzed and ineffective. But I am greater than the enemy, and my perfect love casts out fear. As you receive my love more deeply, as you let it penetrate to the core of your being, the fear will begin to dissolve. It cannot survive in the presence of my perfect love. Every time fear rises up in your heart, I want you to speak truth to it. Tell it that you are a child of God, loved unconditionally and protected completely. Tell it that you have nothing to fear, because the one who holds the universe in his hands is holding you. Tell it that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, that 1,000 may fall at your side, but it will not come near you, that goodness and mercy are following you all the days of your life. This is the truth, and the truth has power. When you speak it out loud, when you declare it over your life, the lies of fear begin to lose their grip on you. I am your refuge and your strength, a very present help in trouble. You do not have to be afraid of anything, because I am with you. Not just nearby, not just watching from a distance, but with you, inside you, surrounding you, going before you and behind you. There is no place you can go where I am not already there. There is no situation you can face where I am not already working on your behalf. There is no enemy that can stand against you when you stand with me. This is the reality of your life as my child, and I want you to live in the fullness of this reality. The comfort I am pouring out on you includes the comfort of knowing that your future is secure. I know that the uncertainty of what lies ahead causes you anxiety. I know that you wonder how things will turn out, whether you will have enough, whether you will make the right decisions, whether the people you love will be okay. These concerns are natural, but I want you to release them to me. I have already seen your future, and I can tell you that it is good. Not perfect by the world's standards, not without challenges, but good. Because I am in it. Because I am working all things together for your benefit. Because nothing can happen to you that is beyond my ability to redeem and use for your good. Stop trying to figure everything out. Stop trying to plan for every possible contingency. Stop trying to control outcomes that are beyond your control. This exhausting effort to manage your own life is stealing your peace and robbing you of the joy of the present moment. Instead, choose to trust me. Choose to believe that I am who I say I am, and that I will do what I say I will do. Choose to rest in the knowledge that your life is in good hands, the best hands, the hands that formed the universe and still tenderly hold every sparrow that falls. My hands are holding you, and they will never let you go. I want to remind you of my faithfulness throughout history. I have never failed anyone who has trusted in me. I have never abandoned anyone who has come to me for help. I have never broken a single promise I have made. The stories you have heard of my faithfulness to others are true, and they are relevant to your life. The same God who parted the Red Sea is the God who is with you. The same God who shut the mouths of lions is the God who is fighting for you. The same God who raised Jesus from the dead is the God who is working on your behalf. My power has not diminished. My love has not grown cold. My commitment to you has not wavered. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. As you go forward from this moment, I want you to carry the comfort I have given you deep in your heart. Let it be an anchor for your soul when the storms of life threaten to overwhelm you. Let it be a light that guides your path when the way seems dark and uncertain. Let it be a source of strength that sustains you when your own strength runs out. My comfort is not just for this moment, it is for every moment. It is an eternal, inexhaustible supply that will never run dry. Come back to it as often as you need to. Draw from it whenever you feel depleted. It is always available to you, because I am always available to you. I am so proud of you for listening to these words. I know it has not been easy to stay present, to keep your heart open, to receive what I have been saying. There is a part of you that wanted to shut down, to dismiss this as nice words that do not really apply to your situation. But you stayed, you listened, you received. And that takes courage. That takes faith. That takes a willingness to be vulnerable that many people do not have. I see that courage in you, and I honor it. It is the beginning of the transformation that is going to take place in your life. Do not let the enemy steal what has been planted in your heart. He will try. He will come with doubts, with distractions, with discouragement. He will tell you that nothing has really changed, that you will go back to feeling the same way you always have, that this was just an emotional experience that will fade. But I am telling you that what has happened here is real. The seeds that have been planted will grow. The healing that has begun will continue. The comfort that has been received will remain. Hold on to it, protect it, nurture it, and watch as it produces a harvest of peace and joy and hope in your life. I want to speak one more time about the depth of my love for you, because this is the foundation of all comfort, the source of all peace, the reason you can have hope even in the darkest circumstances. My love for you is not a feeling that comes and goes. It is not an emotion that changes based on how you behave or what you accomplish. My love for you is a settled decision, an eternal commitment, an unbreakable covenant. Before you were born, I loved you. While you were still in your mother's womb, I was thinking about you, planning good things for your life, delighting in who you would become. And that love has not changed. Not for a single moment since the day you took your first breath. I loved you when you did not know me. I loved you when you were running away from me. I loved you when you made choices that broke my heart. I loved you through your rebellion, through your indifference, through your seasons of doubt and questioning. And I love you now, in this very moment, with the same intensity, the same passion, the same depth that I have always loved you with. My love is not diminished by your failures. It is not increased by your successes. It simply is what it is, constant and eternal and unconditional. This love is what makes my comfort so powerful, because it is not just words I am speaking to you. It is the overflow of a heart that is completely devoted to your well-being. When I tell you that everything is going to be okay, I mean it with everything that I am. When I tell you that I am working things out for your good, I am speaking from a place of absolute commitment to your flourishing. When I tell you that you can rest in my presence, I am inviting you into the most secure place in the universe, the place where love never fails and grace never runs out. Receive this love. Do not push it away. Do not tell yourself that you do not deserve it, that it cannot really be true, that there must be some catch. There is no catch. There are no hidden conditions. This love is freely given, freely available, freely yours for the taking. All you have to do is open your heart and receive what I am offering. Let my love wash over you like waves on a shore, cleansing away the debris of pain and disappointment. Let my love fill the empty places in your soul that you have been trying to fill with other things. Let my love become the foundation on which you build the rest of your life. You were made for this love. You were created to live in the fullness of my affection and care. The emptiness you have felt, the longing you have experienced, the sense that something was missing, all of that was pointing you toward me. Because I am the answer to every question your heart has ever asked. I am the satisfaction of every hunger, the fulfillment of every desire, the completion of every longing. In me, you find everything you have been searching for. In me, you find home. Go forward from this place with new strength, new hope, and new purpose. Go forward knowing that you are loved, you are valued, and you are never, ever alone. I am with you always, even to the end of the age, and nothing can change that. Nothing can stop my love for you. You are mine, and I am yours, forever and always. The comfort I have given you will sustain you through whatever lies ahead. The peace I have poured into your heart will guard you against fear and anxiety. The hope I have awakened in you will carry you through the darkest valleys into the brightest mornings. This is my promise to you, and I am faithful to keep every promise I make. Amen. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words. You never know who in your life is carrying a burden that feels too heavy to bear. You never know who needs to be reminded that they are not alone, that there is a God who sees them and loves them and wants to comfort them in their pain. Type Amen in the comments if you received this blessing. Type Amen if you believe that the comfort of the Lord is being poured out on your life right now. Share this message with your friends and family so that they too can experience the peace and healing that comes from knowing they are loved by an infinite God who will never leave them or forsake them. Subscribe to this channel so you can continue to receive words of encouragement and hope. And remember, no matter what you are going through, you are never alone. The God of all comfort is with you, and He will carry you through every storm into a place of peace and restoration.